Hello everyone, welcome back to another Monoposto update review, and today we're going to be looking at the brand new Monoposto Classic car update. Arguably the biggest update in the game's history. So with that, here's everything that you need to know about the upcoming update for Monoposto. Well, starting off, obviously we have got 5 brand new cars added into the game: 2000, 2007, 2012, 2017, and 2018. These are all incredible car models, and they all seemingly are based off of the Ferrari car of each year. Now, if you look at the 2000 car, you will see that it has a very big striking similarity to the F2004 because it's modeled after that. Even though it's listed as 2000 in the game, it is actually 2004. Now, the 2012 car did used to be called 2010, of course that was modeled after the F2012, and as a result, in a later beta update, it was changed to say 2012 in the game, so we can probably expect by the time the update's released, that 2000 will say 2004 instead. Now, 2004 and 2007, they both have fuel gauges, which is very interesting. Now, these both do not seem to affect the car's behaviour from the testing that I've done. They don't affect the top speed either, but it is very cool to have the refueling. The more fuel you put into the car in a pit stop, the longer that pit stop will take to do. Here on screen I'm just going to show 2 different pit stops, one with a low fuel added and one with a lot of fuel added. And obviously, as you can see, there's a big difference between the two. Now, as well, these two years both have grooved tyres on them, and with that, obviously, you can expect a little less grip on them. I have very much noticed that during my playing of this beta build, that yes, in fact, you do get less grip from those tyres, especially out of corners. I've been noticing a lot of spinning. This also seems to be easier to lock up as well with the lesser grip. So it's good to see how good tyre simulation is in the game. And then you've also got 2012. This introduces KERS, which works different to the ERS system that is already in the game. See, with KERS, you get 6.7, yes, that number, 6.7 seconds of deployment per lap of the battery. Of course, this can be changed with your electric consumption settings. You can make that time bigger or smaller. Now, yeah, just adjust it to your preference, because obviously we use for 6.7 seconds, but it cannot be recharged in a lap. Just like in real life, it gets recharged instantly at the start of the next lap. Now for me, I like to use 300% recharge, because no matter what, it'll put you back to a full battery like it would do in real life. On lower numbers, there is very much a chance that you will not get a full battery. So I would use 300 if you want accuracy. And just like the ERS, you can also adjust the power as well, and the top speed increase. Now, the 2012 cars also contain DRS across any part of the track you like in qualifying mode, which is really cool. Just to see a little bit of accuracy added into the game. It is incredible to see. And yeah, just the little attention to details I absolutely love. 2012 cars probably my favourite. However, the biggest criticism I have is the acceleration. Now, in dry, it's bad. They just accelerate way too slowly, in my opinion. And then when it gets too wet, oh, it is pain. It's absolutely pain. Yeah, and also, one thing which you may have not noticed, since I've never shown it, is the engine pitch. That has now went up from 50 being the highest value, all the way up to 70, which is the base value that actually gets used in the 2004 cars within the game. Now, originally as well, we had 2017 and 2018 pretty much being the same. The UV templates were also pretty much the same. Now, 2018 unfortunately did have a very small halo on the template, which did cause some pretty bad looking halos on those liveries. Just showing a few examples there. But luckily, in a recent update, we've had that fixed. Now, it has meant that things have been shuffled around a bit. You may not be able to use your 2018 liveries on 2017 cars. Maybe you can. I guess it just depends. But we'll have to see what happens with liveries as they come by. Of course, not many have really been made at this point in time. Obviously, people don't have all the time in the world making liveries when we've got to be testing things. Now, I can just say the 2018 cars look a lot better with this new update. The bigger halo has allowed us to get higher quality liveries, which you love to see. The biggest shock for me, though, may actually just have to be 2024. Because, yes, we've had an update on that. The 2024 car model has been changed. It looks to be wider, lower to the floor, and a bit longer. The rear wing as well seems to have had a bit of a change as well, but don't worry, your 2024 liveries will still work on the new car model just fine. Now, there's going to be no big changes to it. Now, unfortunately, we have got the removal of driver numbers universally across the game. Now, 2024 requiring a livery and a sponsor being separate. Unfortunately, since there's only one livery per team in 2024, we will no longer be able to display driver numbers in any way on that car anymore, which is pretty sad. So rest in peace, driver numbers on the 2024 car. 2025, though, has got its own solution, because that had one livery for the team. It didn't require a separate sponsor livery either, which also means we've got individual driver liveries for 2025 now, which means you can just add a number onto the 2025 liveries that you've already got downloaded, and yeah, you can just run them just like how you would in the 2026 version of the game. So yeah, we can still get driver numbers on 2025 using the sort of format we have for 2026. Also, side note as well, 2007 and also 2004 have their point systems that were also used in real life, which is really cool. That was also added in a recent update to the beta. That's pretty much all for this update. There's no new tracks added, and of course the rumors on TikTok and Facebook, those release dates are not true. Only trust sources from Marco Pesce himself. But yeah, with that, goodbye. That is the new Monoposto update.